Yes, hello again, I'm Peter Brackley, and this is a freezing cold Bryant Park in the East Midlands, where this evening Derby County, watched as you can see there by their new manager, Nigel Clough, are facing what most neutrals will surely regard as mission impossible, as the team lying 18th in the Coca-Cola Championship begin their quest for a place in the League Cup final at the expense of the English, European and World Club Champions. It's an enormous task, of course, that Derby are taking on, and it comes at a time then when they are regrouping after last week's resignation by manager Paul Jewell, a decision prompted by a pretty woeful run of form that has seen them slip back towards the danger zone. His former assistant Chris Hutchins had stepped in to replace him, and then last night came the confirmation from Derby's hierarchy that Nigel Clough, son of course of Bryant, their legendary former manager from back in the 60s and the early 70s, would be taking over the hot seat. Great excitement in this corner of the East Midlands. The appointment seems to have been generally very well received, and the former Burton Albion manager, as Nigel has been for the past decade now, will be starting his new post tomorrow, having left youth and academy coaches David Lowe and Brian Burrows to preside over tonight's semi. Well, let's have a look at the team news then, starting with Derby, and their League Cup talisman Nat Ellington is missing tonight. The competition's leading scorer this season with 6 goals has a hamstring injury. Also out is Martin Albrechtsen, but skipper Paul Connolly is fit to return, and there's a start for veteran Andy Todd. Former United keeper Roy Carroll is Derby's #1 again at the moment anyway. He had a dressing room row with Paul Jewell, but seems to be back in favour. Paul Green and Chris Commons have the ability certainly to create a problem or two going forward. And up front, Rob Hulse has found some form with 8 goals this season, now that he's fully fit again. Luke Varney, on loan from Charlton, is cup-tied, and Jordan Stewart still suspended. The United side won't be the one, I'm sure, that starts against Chelsea next Sunday in the Premier League showdown at Old Trafford, but full of class and quality, of course, with the 11 sent out by Sir Alex Ferguson, including Carlos Tevez then, whose future seems to be the subject of continued and mainly confusing speculation about his contract wrangle. Tomasz Kuszczak, the Polish international, keeps goal for a United team that also includes the likes of John O'Shea there, Paul Scholes, Anderson, Nani and Vidic, who captains the team tonight, as well as promising youngsters such as Darren Gibson and Danny Welbeck, the 18-year-old who looks a real prospect, but then don't they all off the Old Trafford conveyor belt. And just in case they're needed, United have on the bench Ronaldo, Giggs, Carrick, Fletcher and Rooney. Phew. It's United's 8th domestic cup semi-final in 10 years, and they will be starting, of course, as massive favourites to reach yet another final. Derby are appearing in the last 4 of the League Cup for the first time since 1968, when under Brian Clough they lost both legs of their semi against the eventual winners, Leeds United. The pressure, though, is on United tonight, that's for sure. Derby major underdogs, and as they've been saying in the build-up, with nothing to lose, how can we have, is their stance, given we're facing some of the best players in the world. Well, Brian Clough was such a hero in these parts, and now Nigel, his 42-year-old son, is taking over at the helm. The start of a new era, and they hope, of course, to begin it on a high note against the reigning English champions. Here's Nani. Sent tumbling. Welcome to the semi-final. Derby, I'm sure, will be highly committed in their faces, trying to knock them out of their stride. Nani again, towards Welbeck. Nani. Welbeck again. But easily gathered in by Roy Carroll, facing his old club. Welbeck, who's only just turned 18. United have resisted temptations for him to go out on loan. Quite happy for him to learn his trade alongside the senior pros in the first team squad. And he was among the scorers at the weekend in the FA Cup win away to Southampton. Here's Johnny Evans. No Rio Ferdinand at the moment still because of injury. I'm not sure if he's going to be fit for the weekend either. Connolly, Derby so relieved to have him back on duty tonight. All mistake then by Kushak, but he was pushed. He was impeded. And Phil Dowd has given the free kick. Yeah, he took a buffeting there. He certainly had his eye on the ball. Just caught by Steve Davis, who came in rather aggressive fashion. Davis, who got the winner at the weekend. An extraordinary game for Derby in the FA Cup. 4-3. They finally came through against Forest Green, the non-leaguers. They were 2-0 down. Kushak, who's got a straight fight really with Ben Foster for the number 2 position behind Edwin van der Sar at Old Trafford. Although young Ben Amos is on the bench this evening. Nyatanga, the Welsh international, linking with Green. Pulses at the sharp end. Good touch then from Tevez. There was Andy Todd, who's just been recalled from a loan spell at Northampton. He hasn't played for Derby this season. The 34-year-old. Addison then stepping in. It's his 20th birthday today. What a revelation he's been for Derby for all their problems this season. Raphael at right back. No room for Gary Neville in the squad tonight. He's been tremendous, Raphael, the young Brazilian. We have thought maybe his twin might have played tonight, but he's not in the squad. Tevez. Brought down in full stride. Certainly a combative start, as you would expect from Derby. Phil Dowd standing for no nonsense. Scholes will take this free kick. Anderson, the young Brazilian, onto Tevez. He's been back in Argentina. He's had a couple of games away. A break sanctioned by Sir Alec Ferguson. Still the debate continues as to whether he will be staying on with Manchester United once his contract runs out at the end of the season. He's on loan, of course. He wants to stay. The manager wants him to stay. His teammates want him to stay. I'm sure it'll be resolved in the end. Watch this space. He's got a key role tonight, Chris Commons, in support of Hulse. He was brought down late on for the penalty that eventually settled that cup tie at the weekend, Commons, which Davis scored. Goes Scholes, now Vidic, Darren Gibson, the young Irish wide man. Anderson. Then it's generated some excitement among the Derby fans. The news that Nigel Clough had taken over the manager's job. He's done a super job at Burton Albion, the nearby non-leaguers. He's had a decade with them. Now he feels he's ready for his first post as a manager in league football. Where else to start than with the club where his father had so much success, taking Derby indeed to the league championship in 1972. Now this is really promising here for Derby. Hulse back in towards Davis. Commons was in there as well, and then Davis. And somehow Manchester United managed to survive then. They're under real pressure. Davis making his presence felt. Some early encouragement then for Derby. But here's Nani. Going for goal. Connolly. To Stayovsky. It's only his second start of the season. Scores. Offside. little hesitant there for a moment, the assistant over on the far side. Holds with that initial header. Finally it came the way of Davis here, and a great block by Kozak. Really brave then, the keeper. Got his body right behind that one then from Davis. He was only recently returned after a couple of months out with an eye problem. That's Holmes to swing it over. Just nicked away then by Raphael before Davies could get another strike on goal. He had to be at his most alert then, the Brazilian defender. In truth, it wasn't the best of touches from Commons just before that, but it very nearly fell invitingly for Steve Davies. Holmes among the targets in the middle, so was Connolly. Almost got to that one, fired back through. Evans almost in front of his own goal line then to keep out Stojovski. Really bright opening now by Derby. Evans, who was in the right place. His keeper was beaten. Mile Stojovski, the Australian international, on his return to the team, almost giving them the lead, and would have done so but for his vigilance. His awareness then, Johnny Evans, the understudy to Ferdinand and Vidic in the United squad at the moment, it would seem. But Derby imposing themselves in this early phase, inside the first 10 minutes still. Tevez looking for the flick. Connolly is there though. 4 games out with a knee injury. On by Commons. Then Green stepping up. Always keen to get forward. Davis. Raphael is quick, very quick, as he emphasised that. If anything, he seems to be ahead now of Gary Neville and the injured Wes Brown in the pecking order. We shall see when Brown is fit again. Green lurking on the edge of the box. Anderson's in there, but I think was using his arms then for a little extra leverage. Yes, he had his arms on Vince's shoulders then. But Derby County not playing here like a team struggling in the Coca-Cola Championship. Evans to Scholes. Here's the former England international again. On by Vidic to Raphael. Gibson left his foot in there though against Paul Green. Gibson, who got his first United goal at the weekend in that FA Cup tie against Southampton. That's David Lowe taking charge then tonight in tandem with Brian Borrows, who's alongside him there doing the pointing. You've got one match in charge and it's against Manchester United. Do your best. Well, they are at the moment. Here's Davis. He's had a lively opening. Bullish all round at the moment, Derby. Davis, who came from Trapner Rovers back in the summer. Scholes. Away to Nani. Excellent control too by the Portuguese. Welbeck has got backs apace. With good covering by Todd. He had a few games then on loan at Northampton before his recall to Pride Park. We want you back for the semi-final. And his experience could come in very handy tonight. Nani losing his concentration. Stojovski getting the better of him. Well, now it's Anderson. Threaded on towards Welbeck. The flag has stayed down. But he ran out of pitch in the end, young Welbeck. Sir Alex Ferguson called him into the Champions League squad for the final at the end of last season for some experience and a taste of the big time. And by all accounts, he has responded really well this season and learning so much from the likes of Rooney and the other stars around him. Presumably, Sir Alex hoping he won't need Rooney and Ronaldo and Fletcher and co tonight. They can get the job done without them, but we shall see. No foregone conclusion at the moment. Anderson. Well, he can pick a pass, but not the right one this time. The Derby players clearly very keen to impress the new manager. Evans. With Rob Hulse bearing down on it. And Scholes stepping in. And he was a bit late then, Rob Hulse. Hoping to start his second century of goals in his club career tonight, after reaching that landmark at the weekend. Not sure Vidic would have appreciated that pass too much from Johnny Evans. Anyway, here's Raphael. Green in the way. Then Hulse, who's had to battle back from a lengthy spell out injured, has done so with real determination in recent weeks, and the goals have been coming again. Even though in general terms the team have been on the slide really. Hence the departure of Paul Jewell, and now the arrival of Nigel Clough, who had taken Burton to the top of the Blue Square Premier, the next rung down, of course, from the Football League. I think he wanted to stay and see the job through, but Derby said, no, we need you now. Here's Scholes, on to Nani. Good anticipation by Green, who had to clear away quickly, though, before Nani nipped in. O'Shea. It's a United free kick. A little overzealous then, Connolly. Nani will take it, looking for the likes of Vidic. Always a threat in the air. Evans as well. And O'Shea at the sharp end too. Good take by Roy Carroll, who had some 4 years at Old Trafford. Played over 70 times for United. Off goes Mo Camara. Going nowhere though. The Scholes cuts it out. Vidic, good pace to the game. The first leg of the other semi was last night, of course. Burnley were a goal up at half-time, but eventually lost 4-1 to Tottenham at White Hart Lane. And have a mighty job on their hands now to turn that one around at Turf Moor. Such a disappointing night for them, especially after they played so well in the first 45 minutes. They deserve their lead. But a shrewd tactical change from Harry Redknapp in the second half transformed the contest, really. And suddenly it swung Tottenham's way, a big time too. Here's Nemanja Vidic with Raphael. Unbeaten in 14 competitive games now, United, going into this one. Nani having to fend off Addison. Raphael. Now Scholes with Anderson. The two central midfielders for United this evening. Tevez constantly on the move. Anderson, no, he gave that one away. Rather cheaply too. Back comes Hulse. Connolly. Evans on the retreat. Scholes got himself in a tangle there. There is Rob Hulse. Then to Commons. Good covering though by Evans. Stojovski with Chris Commons, former Nottingham Forest player. He'll be looking forward to the FA Cup meeting between the two clubs, as I'm sure Nigel Clough will be. Gave such great service to Forest himself, as well as Derby. Not a move that has really worked out for him so far, Commons. Having come from Forest at the back end of last season after helping them into the Championship. He got some fearful stick from the fans who used to idolise him in the recent league game between Forest and Derby. Nyatanga having a run in the side at the moment, with the likes of Albertson, Dean Leacock and Claude Davis all out injured. And Connolly, of course, had been. They just signed Seb Hines on loan from Middlesbrough Derby, and he's on the bench. Some defensive cover for them, should he be needed. Scholes. Perfect weight on that ball. Could be danger here. Gibson right across the face of goal, and certainly had Carroll stretching. Don't think he touched it though. Nobody in the box to attack it really. Well, I suppose Welbeck was fairly close to the action, but not close enough. Got a couple of goals this season, including that one at the weekend. And the other, as I recall, was an absolute corker. Commons. Getting some astute defending then by Evans. Releasing Nani. Could be danger here. Tevez is up with him. Forced out by Connolly. By Todd, I should say. Bringing that experience to bear. Up comes Raphael. Oh, he's such an attack-minded defender, the Brazilian. This is Johnny Evans. United hoping they've weathered that early Derby storm. On this bitterly cold night in the East Midlands at Pride Park. Raphael. Now Vidic to Evans. John O'Shea. Couldn't find Anderson though. So here's Davies. Just asking a bit too much though of Commons. Vidic is there. Won't have taken too kindly to that shot from Commons, the Scottish international. Certainly there's a real buzz about the place though tonight, since the news that Nigel Clough was taking over the manager's job. Burton so sorry to see him go, but I don't think they felt they could stand in his way, given his desire to manage a league club, and especially one with whom he and his family, of course, have had such strong connections for so many years. He's actually lived in the Derby area for around 40 years now, Nigel. Up comes O'Shea, testing Stojovski, and it's Tevez, looking for his 6th goal in the competition this season. After his 4 against Blackburn and the penalty 2 against Queen's Park Rangers in the previous round. Will he stay? Will he go? Depends which newspaper you read, really. Certainly different versions of what's said and what hasn't been said. But no question, the Manchester United fans love him. Nani to whip this one in. And it will be a corner. Halfway through the first half, in which so far Derby certainly haven't been overawed, but they've got some defending to do here. Only partially cleared as far as Nani again. Raphael. Now Scholes. Finding Nani. I think he was going for goal there. Raphael might. Scored a blinding goal, of course, against Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. That was the last time Manchester United were beaten this season. It came too late to save them that day. Roy Carroll, who had this falling out then with Paul Jewell, was told to go away for 2 weeks and cool off. And now he's reclaimed the senior jersey from Stephen Bywater. Nudged on by Addison. Vidic was there. Davis. He's been very bright so far. Might go all the way here. Well, suddenly a route to goal opened up for him. He is certainly giving them cause for concern. Those United defenders, a really direct run here. I think he rather fancied it on his left foot, though. He's only 21, Steve Davis. Welbeck. Now Evans. Who naturally wants to play every week, but Rio Ferdinand said you've got to be patient. Just as he had to be himself in the early part of his career. Certainly United rate him very highly, and he has just got a new contract. Now Stojovski. Set flying, and it will be a free kick to Derby. Real forwards challenge, that one, from Nani. Up comes Andy Todd, son of Colin, of course, who was a former Derby manager. Indeed, was in the Derby team that lost to Manchester United in the FA Cup semi-final of 1976. Coins to curl it in, punched away by Kuszczak, not very effectively though. And relieved to see that one sail over the bar. Edwin van der Sar kept goal in the FA Cup tie at Southampton at the weekend. Kuszczak's chance tonight. Ben Foster not in the squad. Here's Vidic. I'm not sure what he was attempting there. Not too much thought went into that one. Holtz. Again, they were a bit stretched back there, United. They haven't looked totally comfortable so far. Evans down for O'Shea. Once again underlining his versatility as he slots it at left back. No Patrice Evra tonight. Although I think he'll be back for the weekend. The big one against Chelsea. Only 3 teams have even managed to score against United in this unbeaten run of 14 matches. And of course the Reds' personnel has constantly changed. Here's O'Shea. Right back, centre back, left back, midfield, it's all the same to him. Here's Tevez to O'Shea. Nani. And O'Shea again! What a good block and a vital block that was there to keep him out. He hasn't scored since April 2007, John O'Shea. Well, that was certainly an opportunity carved out for him there. Here's Camera. He's only just come back into the picture for Derby County. Having been away on loan, it's Addison now. Going for it too. The birthday boy. Some really enterprising approach play here. Look at the weight on this pass from Nani. And it was Paul Green who got himself in the way to deny John O'Shea. Top defending by him. Connolly. Now Holtz. Anderson got a foot in. Quickly shuffling it on then towards Welbeck, but beyond him. Addison. Here's Holtz. Then Stojovski. And Commons. Give himself a little bit of room. Oh, what a goal! Magnificent from Chris Commons. You will not see a sweeter strike than that in any game this season. Absolutely brilliant to stun Manchester United. Suddenly defenders backed off him. Hit with venom, hit with power, hit with accuracy. And Kushak just couldn't get across in time. Absolutely lethal that from Chris Commons. And the Derby fans are on their feet now to salute him and to salute their team too for the way they have set about this Carling Cup semi-final first leg. And no wonder the new manager is looking pretty pleased. Alongside him there, Adam Pearson, the chairman of football at Derby. Half an hour gone. Derby County 1, Manchester United 0. Shades of last night's game when Burnley led at White Hart Lane. Now it's more than just a buzz around Pride Park. Nani looking to respond here for United. In for Welbeck. Teeing it up for Scholes! Well, he can hit them, we know that, from that kind of range. Always swinging away, though, from Roy Carroll's goal. Scholes, who haven't scored yet this season. Plenty in the past. Of course, he's had his problems with injuries in this campaign. He's actually only starting for the 10th time. He'll want the job now, David Lowe. Nigel Clough takes over in the morning. So excited himself at the prospect. It is a big club, Derby County. And he believes the foundations are there for the start of a promising era. Commons. The success suddenly went to his head then as he lost his footing. What a goal to treasure. Whatever else he achieves in his career, he won't forget that one, I can tell you. An absolute belter. Only his third of this season. His first in the Carling Cup. Goals again, letting fly. Well, he's setting his sights, but no more than that so far. Well, a bit optimistic at this stage, but the Derby fans are shouting, "We're going to Wembley." Not if he has anything to do with it. Second leg to come at Old Trafford in 2 weeks' time, of course. Lest Derby get too carried away. But so far, so good. Paul Connolly. Evans in ahead of Rob Hulse. He was left out recently, Chris Commons, and he's come back certainly fresher on that evidence. Andy Todd getting forward now. They all fancy a go. Oh, just too heavy for Hulse, but he might have been offside anyway. Todd, who's been around for a few years now, at numerous clubs. I bet he's relishing this game though tonight. He's a real fighter, a real scrapper. As is Davis here. He's kept going really well until the block by Johnny Evans. United have had a lot of possession in this first half, but they haven't done enough with it so far. And find themselves behind, just as Tottenham did. And we all know what happened there, though, in the first of the semi-final games last night. And that was a poor clearance away by Roy Carroll, which has gone unpunished. Scholes again directing the traffic towards that Derby goal. Another fine pass too by him. Gibson's cross. And no room for error as Andy Todd swept it away. Well, no shortage of action in this first half. Carroll came for it. Nani. O'Shea. Connolly's pass. Finding Commons initially. Now Davis. Stukowski's made a run up front. Nifty footwork from Commons. Davis again. Playing some good football, Derby. On by Green to Camera. The man from Guinea. It's not a bad cross either. No real response from Stukowski. And then Evans taking on the responsibility of clearing the danger. Just inside the last 10 minutes of the first half. And so far, no easy pickings here for Manchester United. Against the Derby side, really fired up for this Carling Cup semi-final first leg. They don't intend to let this opportunity go by without at least making a big fight of it. And the very least of their ambitions tonight will be to leave themselves well in this semi-final come the second leg. Something that in the end I feel that Burnley failed to do last night. 3 goals to make up. It's going to be very tough for them. Vidic to Evans. United, of course, chasing the quintuple, as they're calling it. Defending their Premier and Champions League crowns, the priority, but in their sights too, the domestic cups. And the other hottest of favourites to reach a 7th Carling Cup final on March the 1st. Not quite as hot they were at the start of the game, though. Right, Tanga leaving the throw here for Mo Camara, who played at the weekend. That was his first appearance in some 16 months for Derby. Been out on loan to the likes of Norwich and then Blackpool earlier on in this season. Jordan Stewart, remember, is suspended, their normal left back. Again, determined defending by Evans. But here's Todd to Addison. O'Shea, a little tentative there. Oof, Kushek had to be quick. Certainly not as fluent and as confident as they normally are, Manchester United. 1 or 2 controversial decisions went their way at the weekend, but they were comfortable winners really in the end. Away to Southampton. Derby at the moment proving a much tougher nut to crack. But here's O'Shea with the throw. Tevez. They've kept him pretty quiet so far. If that isn't tempting fate, here's Tevez now. Addison, though, stood his ground against the Argentine. Scholes. Down goes Nani, after clashing there with Connolly. He didn't look all that sinister, I would have to say. Well, his arms were out then, Connolly, and there was certainly contact. Painfully so by the looks of things for Nani. On the score sheet at the weekend in that win at Southampton. United now, of course, in the next round at home to Tottenham. You'll be looking forward to that one. Alex Ferguson presiding over his 7th League Cup semi-final as Manchester United's manager. Had his 67th birthday recently. Don't be surprised, he says, if I'm still going at 70 in terms of being the manager at Old Trafford. Camera showing good awareness then. Oh, mistake by Evans. Cross comes Vidic, though, to bail him out. Nani. Forced across by Addison, Derby's holding midfielder. He does a good job in there, you know. He would have worn the captain's armband tonight had Connolly not been fit to return. This is Raphael now. On the charts for United. Nyachanga having to fend off Nani. He's getting a bit frustrated out there. It's not going United's way. Did okay against United in the Premier League game here actually last season. Derby only losing to a late Ronaldo goal in the end. Certainly putting up a more than decent scrap so far in this cup semi-final. Laid off by Green. Nani. In comes Addison. He is their midfielder. A midfield enforcer, and he does a very effective job too. Young man who's come up through the academy at Derby. Here's Raphael. On to Gibson. Now Tevez. A little short though on that pass, intended for Raphael. Camera using his strength. But the decision going against him. Tevez wriggling free. Then it's Anderson. John O'Shea. Derby content to get players back behind the ball and soak it up if they can. Good work from Todd. Davis. Was that hat ball by Anderson? Phil Dowd says no. The game has certainly flowed in this first half. I've forgotten Phil Dowd was out there. Not something you can always say about referees at this level. Well, they can't say they haven't got the class, the quality or the experience. They've got a few more waiting on the bench though, if it continues to go against them. A chap called Ronaldo can play a bit. Rooney, I've heard of him. Nyachanga. Yeah, he was clipped from behind then by Danny Welbeck, who I'm afraid has made little impact in this first, well, 44 minutes now. Not the impression he was hoping for anyway. All credit to Derby for the way they've defended. And they've attacked whenever the opportunity has come their way too. And Chris Coleman's goal was simply spectacular. Scholes, very careless, very casual. His Camera to Davis. Did well then to work it on to Camera, but no way past Nemanja Vidic. One extra minute. Commons to Camera. Green getting tangled up with Raphael. Surely that's gone out. Presumably not. Anderson. Here's Nani. Darren Gibson. Good ball too for Welbeck. Tevez lurking in the centre. Scholes has arrived as well. Raphael. Here's the Brazilian again to fire this one across. Dealt with though by Nyatango, and he will have enjoyed what he's seen so far. The new manager, he may not be taking charge till tomorrow, but his arrival has surely had an impact. Certainly it's lifted the crowd, and what a goal that was from Chris Commons. Really letting fly there to give Derby the lead at half-time in this Carling Cup semi-final first leg. The dream is on at the moment as they lead Manchester United by that Commons goal. Okay, 10-second warning. Start of the second half. Welcome back from me, Peter Brackley, to the second half from Pride Park. Derby County leading Manchester United by a goal to nil in this Carling Cup semi-final first leg. Harsh words last night we gathered from Harry Redknapp in the dressing room during the interval, which certainly inspired Tottenham in the second half, and their quite dramatic revival comeback against Burnley. I wonder if Sir Alex Ferguson has taken on a similar tone with his players during the break. They certainly were not at their best in the first 45 minutes. All credit to Derby, really on top of their game, and ahead through that wonderful strike from Chris Commons to lift the spirits of the Derby fans who've been so looking forward to this game. But in general terms, their season's been a major letdown. And going into this fixture, they'd won just one of their last 9 games against a side who, remember, have lost, well, only 3 of 32 competitive games all season. Here's Vidic for United. No changes, incidentally, for either team. But remember, on the United bench, the likes of Ronaldo, Giggs, Rooney, Fletcher, and Michael Carrick. Over 20 years since Derby last won a home game against United. That was at the old baseball ground back in 1989 when Arthur Cox was in charge. Here's Capra. We did a solid enough job at left back in the first half. Only just back in the team, remember. Nani with the corner. Countered by Davis, but at the expense of another corner kick. He posed to prove problems in the first half. Davis to United's defenders. In the right place again then to clear. Commons linking with Green. And then pulled back, surely by Raphael. He was tugging his shirt. That will have to be a yellow card. The 18-year-old got caught out then. Doesn't happen too often given his pace and his powers of recovery. But he misread that situation, and his name has gone into Phil Dowd's notebook. The first yellow card of this semi-final. Commons to take this. Raphael had lost his concentration when the flag was up, in any case for offside against Mo Camara. And it was the right decision too, but all the same Raphael had got to sleep. Very relieved then to see the flag raised. Just 13 wins from their 32 competitive games this season. Derby, they've lost 11. And in the league, only just clear of the relegation zone at the moment. That, of course, is a major priority for Nigel Clough, to lift them away from danger, starting at Cardiff, or against Cardiff at the weekend. Vidic. Now Tevez. 6 goals in his last 7 games coming into this one. They're fairly subdued so far. Ronaldo, Rooney. They might be needed. And maybe sooner than the manager anticipated. Hulse getting the better of Vidic, but no harm done from Kuszak's perspective. Can't really think of too many opportunities that United had in that first half, as Kuszak almost gives one there to Hulse. Just really that chance when O'Shea was through. Here's Tevez. Surely Welbeck was off. Well, there was no flag. Commons. They've only had 3 clean sheets in the league so far this season, Derby. But so far keeping Manchester United at bay. A rather lacklustre United in truth from the first 45 minutes. But then we were saying that last night with Tottenham. Suddenly it all changed around. Evans. Here's Scholes. That was painful then for Todd, as he got caught by Welbeck. Anderson looking to throw that one through. I think Phil Dowd was in the way. Commons. Now Addison to Hoss, who was in the West Brom team that beat United in this competition a few seasons back. Raphael. Vidic just behind him. I think that's Davis who's down injured. Meantime, it's Carlos Tevez persevering here for United, aided by Gibson. Raphael. Gibson again. Into Scholes. Commons in very quickly then. Green's back pass. Whoops. Carroll had to be on his guard, but he was up to it. So here's Andy Todd with the free kick then for Derby. Commons. And Kuszak had his wits about him. Releasing Vidic. As United strive to gain some impetus here. Paul Scholes. Anderson. They do change the team around so much, United. It's not fair really to quote too many statistics, but only 29 goals in the Premier League. They have found it tough to score recently. Of course, some of the big hitters are on the bench at the moment. O'Shea. Nani upended by Connolly. It was a miscalculation by the skipper. Bit clumsy. Could yet be costly. Nani taking charge as Vidic ambles up towards that Derby penalty box to join Evans and Welbeck and Tevez. O'Shea is in the mix as well. Can Derby keep their concentration here? Taken by Nani. But nothing there to disturb Roy Carroll. Hoping for only his 5th clean sheet of the season. Came from Glasgow Rangers to Derby. Green. That's Holtz, who's pulled away to the far side. Dragging O'Shea across. Not a bad delivery either. Stojovski on the near post. Would have benefited from that had Evans not been alive to the danger. Both centre-halves are drawn towards the cross from Rob Holtz. Now they've got some height in here, Derby. Holtz in particular, no slouch in the air. O'Shea was underneath it. What price, another goal now for Derby. That really would open up this semi-final. Even allowing for the second leg still to come at Old Trafford. Well, United certainly don't lose too often. Chris Commons to try again. A fall here for Todd. Under pressure from Tevez. They won't be short on passion, United, while he's out there. And that's a foul on Scholes by Miles Addison. So looking forward to playing against Scholes tonight. He says he's my hero. Didn't show him too much respect then, though, did he? Anderson. Here's Evans. Scholes, as ever, keen to get involved. Always at the heart of things for United. On to Tevez. Todd won it back, then Davis. Driving forward here for Derby. Until he's stopped then by Nani. Here's Evans. The Derby fans unhappy, but no real complaint from the players. Certainly Phil Dowd saw nothing wrong. Here's Welbeck. Good anticipation by Todd. That was his dad's big strength, Colin, reading the play. And he was a real star for Derby alongside Roy McFarlane. What a partnership they had under Brian Clough. Nyatanga. Oh, there's a stoppage here. For a Derby injury. Is that Holtz down there? Might be. Yeah, as he jumped with Vidic. Took a whack in the face then, the Derby striker. And they want to bring on Gary Teal anyway, in place of Mile Stojovski, the Australian of Macedonian origin, as his name suggests. Gary Teal, the Scottish international. It's not Holtz who's going off, although he will have to for a moment. Not aware of any injury. Certainly swapping like for like in terms of their positions. Stojovski, remember, has only had the one start the season before tonight. So maybe they were thinking he's running out of steam. Although you would have thought it was a bit early for that. So perhaps there is an injury. Anyway, here's the change. Teal is on. And he will, I'm sure, operate down the right-hand side. Ryan Giggs and Michael Carrick wondering if they're going to take some part in the action fairly soon. Giggs, who is the only man who's played in both Manchester United's League Cup successes. 2006 against Wigan, and then way back in 1992. And how long, I wonder, does Sir Alex Ferguson wait before introducing one or two of his key men, one or two of his superstars, his match winners? Gibson. Elegantly done too, until Green intervened, and the decision has gone against him anyway there, Raphael. But they are playing with just the kind of spirit that they will need against Dave Jones's side against Cardiff at the weekend. Derby County. There he is, the new man in charge. My first encounter with him was when he was 5 years old. He was out on the pitch at Brighton when Brian Clough had just gone down there as manager. And Peter Taylor, his assistant, said, "Watch that young lad out there, he's going to be some player." Here's Raphael. He's a pretty good prospect himself. I did suggest that he was only 5, but Peter Taylor said, well, look, he's Brian's son for a start, and just watch the way he strikes a ball, and he was absolutely right. He could hit a ball even then at 5 years old, Nigel Clough, and of course he became an outstanding player for various clubs and his country too, for England. And now he's proving himself as a manager. He hopes at a higher level with Derby County here, having done such a fine job with Burton Albion. Paul Green. Just a bit too long for Hoss, who seems to be okay after taking that earlier knock in the face. Nani. Clipped by Teal. Aye, here we go. He looks familiar. Wayne Rooney about to make his entrance. So he won't be spared tonight. Not that he would want to be. Probably can't wait to get out there. Just loves playing. It's no fun telling him he's been left out of any game. Davies. Taking on Raphael, but fouling him, in his eyes anyway. But past the hour mark, it's still going Derby's way in this semi-final first leg. John O'Shea on to Scholes. United really need some inspiration. That was Vidic. Gave it away though to Miles Anderson. Hulse is in the middle. Here is Rob Hulse. Trying to tee it up, I think, for Davies there. Got his angles wrong. Gibson to Tevez. Well, some strong hustling, but illegal hustling by Anderson. And now I think we'll see a substitution probably. Anderson, who was penalised. Welbeck and Scholes are the two who are about to be replaced. Cristiano Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney. What a bad pair to have in reserve. A terrific twosome. Not his night, I'm afraid, Danny Welbeck. But he'll have better games, I'm sure. Now they've got him to deal with Derby, the England international. And the Portuguese wonder boy, Cristiano Ronaldo. Meantime, it's Teal, up to Commons. These fabulous goals still divides the two teams. Ronaldo. Lime green boots by the looks of things. Just as Chris Eagles was wearing last night for Burnley at Tottenham. Evans. I wonder what Mo Camera here thought when he looked across to the bench. Now, who are they going to bring on? Oh, him. He might well be relishing it, you never know. They have certainly got to show a bit more urgency, Manchester United. Commons has taken so spectacularly the chance that came his way. That was Rob House, again underlining his threat, his menace in the air. Nani. Anderson. Gibson has got into central midfield with Ronaldo out on the right. Nemanja Vidic. On to Raphael. Here's Ronaldo. Into double figures in terms of goals for this season. Sat tumbling there, not too much respect shown for him. Not that he would anticipate any. Not from a derby team, still in with a chance anyway of creating a major shock in the Carling Cup. Long way to go yet. Raphael put in towards Ronaldo, but not into his path. So here's Hulse. Big policed by Vidic. Davies. Commons through the middle, bit isolated, but Teal's up in support now. He nearly found him too. Shea was in the way. You have to keep reminding yourself that Derby County are near the bottom of the Coca-Cola Championship. Manchester United third in the Premier League. Addison to Connolly. Now it's Commons. Shea with a foot in. Retained his composure too, the Irish defender. Gibson, nowhere to go. Rooney, the clever flick too, really cute. And then Addison dispossessing Tevez, who's charging around everywhere. It'll fall here for Vidic. Tevez. To Gibson. Now Ronaldo. Raphael on the overlap. Rooney's checked into the middle. Not too much he can do with that though. Very poor service from the young Brazilian. He's had very little to do, in honesty, at Royal Carroll. Savic to make his presence felt at the other end here. I think Derby won every game he's scored in this season. Good work then from Nyatanga. Derby through and through, having come up through the youth scheme. Paul Green. Chris Commons. It'll fall for Davis. Lining up the shot. Oh, deflected too. Was it on the way through? Certainly wide of the target. Two defenders going for the same ball there. No, I don't think it did get a nick on the way. Always just drifting wide from Steve Davis, much to Kujak's relief. They've had more attempts on goal than Manchester United have. Davis again. Another probing run by him, but a crunching challenge from Vidic to break it up. Rooney. Movement ahead of him from Nani. And from Ronaldo here. Tevez in the centre. Still Carlos Tevez. Todd making sure, though, that he didn't get a clean strike on goal. Will he make the difference? Sir Alex Ferguson is banking on it. And the Derby County fans out in force tonight, and in great heart, great voice too. The United fans, some 5,000 of them here tonight, pretty subdued. Not what they were expecting, not by any stretch of the imagination. Derby County, a club with such a rich and famous history and tradition, rolling back the years here. Commons, who has scored a sumptuous goal. Is he going to be the hero tonight, writing his name into Derby County folklore? On the night a Clough returns to Derby. Vidic. Andy Todd to Connolly. Now Teal. It was a reckless challenge really by Evans on Commons. Gary Teal, who played against United for Wigan in the 2006 final, which United won pretty comfortably in the end by 4-0. Commons now wanting to latch onto this one. Well behind for the corner, it could have been more serious for United. Really playing with a swagger here, Derby County. Not just sitting on this one goal, they are looking to build on it inside the last 20 minutes. Commons swinging over the corner, but behind Todd and out of harm's way. Anderson. For a United team who have conceded a goal for the first time in 5 matches, and in truth have conjured up very little of their own in terms of troubling Derby. And on the looks of things, really a smart move to bring in Nigel Clough at this time to announce the appointment. It's given everyone a lift, players and spectators alike. Now Michael Carrick, Sir Alex Ferguson's final throw of the dice. Just a change of shirt, I think, there for Rob Hulse. These very wintry conditions. Heavy rain now to add to the cold. All adds to the atmosphere though. Ronaldo with those twinkling feet. But not delivering. It's been the story of United's night so far. Can he bring some order? He'll replace Anderson in the heart of the midfield. Looking at the personnel out on the field now for United, you'd hardly call this team a weak one. And with only just over 15 minutes to repair the damage, in readiness for the return. Hoss, straight to Gibson, then Raphael. It is a little skiddy out there, the surface now. Raphael, Ronaldo on that left foot. Ooh, just the wrong side of the post. As he looks for his second goal in the Carling Cup this season. Just bounced up there as he hit it. A good chance at the moment. I think he'll start the second leg. Davies. Sir Alex Ferguson wanted to persevere with his youngsters, give them their chance. They haven't really responded tonight. Here's Commons trying to inflict some more damage. Addison, who was a real cult hero with the Derby fans, the young man who is 20 today, remember. What a birthday present for him if Derby can win this first leg and give themselves a real chance for the return at Old Trafford. Nani. Yeah, Gibson square of him. This is Tevez trying to squeeze it on for Rooney. Derby having none of it. Shut the door there. Michael Carrick. Now it's Nani. In for Tevez. And it will be a free kick just outside the box. Crafty little pass through then by Nani. And down he went. Tevez. All eyes on Cristiano Ronaldo, surely here from this range. Roy Carroll hoping he's got it right here in terms of his angles. You really don't know what to expect with this magician. Still down, still not happy that wall is far enough back. Fully focused, Ronaldo. Up he steps for Manchester United. Kick whistled away then from the frame of the goal. Not quite sure how close it was. This will tell us. Pretty close. Not sure there was too much that Carroll could have done about that had it been on target. More frustration for Ronaldo and United. And the Red Devils need a bit more devil in this second half. Late on here now, if they're to save face. Raphael to Ronaldo. Now Hulse. Still working so hard, grafting so diligently. Davies, he's had a good match too. Trying to take on Gibson. I think it came off Davies. Yes, it did. He's only just come back, remember, after 2 months out with that eye injury, Steve Davies. Raphael. Ronaldo's on a run again. Still Ronaldo. It was Todd who get rid of that situation so well. Wayne Rooney. Now Gibson. Bit too strong though for Raphael for all his pace. Barazait, this is the Dutch under-19 international, who's on loan from Arsenal. They've just extended that until the end of the season now. O'Shea, Tevez, almost got through. Teal, then to Connolly, and they played themselves out of trouble, have Derby. Commons, spinning away from his marker. Still Chris Commons! Oh! Just over the top, saved by Kuszak. Initially in came Rob Hulse, and it could so easily have been two. Evans rather sold himself there. Off went Commons. Might have slobbered it inside for Hulse, but went for goal instead. Spilled really by Kuszak, and Hulse just couldn't convert the opportunity. He knows how close his new team have come. Nigel Clough. Davies has now been withdrawn, and Nasser Barazait is on for the last 10 minutes. The man with no number almost made a name for himself there, Rob Hulse. Carrick. He's getting some stick there, Ronaldo. I'm sure it's falling on deaf ears. What a night for him, David Lowe. Put in charge for one game. Derby's acting manager until the morning. Yeah, it's a poor challenge. Gary Teal. Rightly cautioned for that lunge. Now Carrick. He'll run for the ground, Jordan. What did David Lowe? Were you ever a manager? Yep. One game. Who did you beat? Manchester United. If they do, of course. It's not happened yet. Tevez. Way by Todd. His return has been a success so far. He's given them some stability at the back. Rooney. Closed down then by Green. Now Barazait. Just Commons right up top there. Nyatanga to Camera, then Green. And that's a fine pass too. Commons is on his way again. But rather snatched at his chance. He knows it too. Perfect weight on this ball here from Green, who was out of the team recently because of a hand injury, and they really missed him. They missed his drive in midfield and his eye for a pass too. as he reminded us then. Nani, hunted away by Todd. Time after time he's made those interventions back there. Raphael. Away by Green. Only to Vidic. Now Carrick. And Gibson. Up comes John O'Shea. Nani. Here's the Portuguese again, Nani. Teasing Connolly. Up goes Todd. Addison, brave then. Michael Carrick, on to Nani. Rooney, Tevez, Ronaldo, all up in the penalty box. But Rooney couldn't get his head to it. Again, such defiance from Andy Todd. Only just recalled from that loan spell with Northampton. Not sure whose decision that was, but it's paid off. No question about it. Rooney onto Tevez. Again, the finishing is a letdown. Maybe all this talk about his future is getting to him. He's not had one of his better games tonight. And the manager, I'm sure, is pretty unimpressed all round, really, by his team's overall performance. But they can still save it here. Nyatanga has also done well alongside Todd. Raphael, straight to Mo Camera. Green. Now Chris Commons, who's been so lively throughout, and apart from his goal. Teal. Cheeky. Party tricks from Gary Teal. That's normally Ronaldo's province, or Rooney here. Nani in pursuit. Up comes Carroll. But that smothering save to deny United again. Another incursion comes to nothing. Robbie Savage, who hasn't been in the Derby team since August. Went on loan to Brighton for a spell. He was in the squad at the weekend. Andy Todd seems to be in some discomfort here, so maybe he won't see out the 90 minutes. It looks as if Savage is going to come on anyway. Well, quite rightly being roundly applauded here by the Derby fans for his outstanding contribution. On comes Savage. Signed from Blackburn Rovers a year ago. Indeed, he was in the Rovers team that faced United in the League Cup semi-final of 2006. Green. Rather tight ball though from him, that could have been pretty costly. Not to be though, as Gibson fires it wide. Really wayward, some of their finishing, United. Having said that, they've not in any case had all that many chances. But profligate when the opportunities have come their way. what looks like being at the moment, a memorable night for Derby County. The team struggling in the Coca-Cola Championship. Barazite. O'Shea got with it. I think he knew it was a corner too. A rueful smile on the face of the Irishman. If nothing else, it'll eat up a few more precious seconds. Pinch yourselves. Derby County 1, Manchester United 0. Going for a second goal here. Commons with the corner. Kuszczak didn't really get to it. And Vidic behind him had to head away. 4 added minutes, incidentally, when the 90 are completed. A minimum of 4 has been indicated by the 4th official. Yeah, needed that header, that foot Vidic. The pulse on the goal line. Teal. Barazite. Teal settling for the throw. But Derby, it seems, not quite settling for the one. Although I don't expect them to commit too many forward here. Not with victory so close. Holtz. It was a rugged challenge for Vidic. Clearly not amused by the plight that United find themselves in tonight at Pride Park. And pride is the operative word in terms of how their supporters are feeling now. There's the confirmation. Peter Walton holding up the board. Didn't go down too well, as you could expect with the Derby fans. They would settle with this right now. And then look forward with such relish to the return at Old Trafford. They will be there in large numbers. For all their recent decline, the support hasn't dwindled. Big attendances still, even if they are struggling in the Championship. And they will make it a night to remember, whatever the outcome in the return. Caution for Connolly as he clashed that with Nani. I think he might be heading for suspension now. Yeah, he's going to miss the game against Queen's Park Rangers after a 5th yellow of the season for the captain. All hands now to that Derby defensive pump. Nani will take this in stoppage time. No problem. Carrick's header easily repelled. Good judgment by Carroll, holding on for dear life. O'Shea. Up goes Connolly. Then Robbie Savage. Keen to get involved. I'm sure Nigel Clough will tell all his players he's wiping the slate clean. A fresh start. Equal opportunities now for those who've been out of favour, the likes of Savage. But here is the potential hero, the match winner. Chris Commons, who's been named man of the match. Whatever happens now. Up towards Hulse. Then Gary Teal. Trying to stretch Raphael. And win a corner, which he has done. To the absolute delight of the Derby fans, who are going potty now around Pride Park. Even if there is still a second leg to come, they will remember this evening for a long, long time to come. Green. Is there yet to be a sting in the tail? Just over the bar. Really good little run here by Paul Green. And it was only just over the bar. United were reeling again, but here's Raphael now, pumping it hopefully forward. Go by Addison to Green. Carrick. Savage got his foot in. Suspicion of handball, but not given by Nani. Then it's Rooney. Commons was after him and brought him down. Right at the last here, those 4 minutes almost up. One last chance perhaps for Manchester United, for Ronaldo. But it's a long, long way out. Can he spare those United blushes by conjuring something up here? Deep into time added on. Is there to be one final flourish from that lime green boot? Ronaldo lining it up and going for it. Well, that surely is it now. Derby players and fans alike pleading with Phil Dowd to blow that final whistle. They have taken on Manchester United, and they look like beating them in this first game anyway. Who would have forecast that? They have done. The dream is on. David Lowe taking charge on the night before Nigel Clough takes over in the morning. What a start for him. And it was a blistering strike from Chris Commons that has given a real hope then to Derby County. Of course, United will be the favourites for the return, with home advantage and all the class and quality at their disposal. But just for the moment, this is Derby County's night and then some. Chris Commons, the man of the match, with a goal to savour. And the Derby fans will not forget this night, whatever the outcome, in the second leg of the Carling Cup semi-final. They have beaten Manchester United at Pride Park by 1-0.